Hey everyone, I hope we're all doing well. I'm just about to go to the gym, but I wanted to talk about how to eradicate overthinking. This was a requested topic for me to talk about, and it might not be easy, but it's very simple. The first thing that you need to do to eradicate overthinking is to accept it. Let the thoughts in. Let them in. Let them sit there. When we try to shift our thoughts into the positives, what we're doing is resisting. Resisting will make sure that you will keep thinking the same thoughts over and over again. If you're into the law of assumption, how many times has this happened to you? I don't disagree that affirming changes your life and changing your thinking changes your life. But when you're already in this pattern, you can't just go from thinking nonstop to being like, okay, I'm the most, positive person ever. We need to give ourselves compassion instead of forcing things. What we resist persists, and trying to shift those thoughts is going to keep us in the same place. Trust me. For 1 year, I have been shifting my thoughts nonstop, and it has just added fuel to the fire. The one thing that has helped me though is knowing integrally that what I'm thinking right now is not true. And just having that as a generic statement in my mind when those negative thoughts pop up. If the same negative thoughts keep popping up in your head over and over again, we're sitting down and we are soothing ourselves, right? So why am I thinking that I'm not enough for this person? Because maybe this happened to me in the past. So now, every single time I am going on a date, I feel unworthy because my last relationship ended with the person breaking up with me, right? As an example. No one breaks up with me, but you know what I mean. No, I'm joking. But okay, let's move on. We need to also recognize that this might be a pattern because we are in an environment that we should not be in. And that is our minds alerting us that we should get out of there as soon as possible, no matter what. I understand that people say you are there wherever you go, but what about people like Anne Frank? What about people who were in circumstances that obviously they did not deserve to be in, or they couldn't thrive under those conditions? Anne Frank is obviously a very, very hyperbolic example. If we are at work and on the weekend we feel incredible and we're not overthinking, but then we go into work and that's when our mind starts running rampant, we also have to give ourselves compassion. No, it's not because of me. We need to give ourselves compassion, and we need to put ourselves in the best circumstances that we can for ourselves. What's the point in consistently trying to change our thoughts when we can just remove ourselves from the circumstance, from the situation? So when people say it's not about the circumstance, it's what's going on in your mind, that's true. However, have you noticed how much better you feel when you leave a toxic relationship? Do you see how better you feel once you start eating healthy? You can't be exerting energy all the time. Give yourself compassion and take yourself out of that circumstance and that situation. Sometimes you just need to extract the poison out, and then you're amazing and you are your true real self. So we need to decipher what circumstances we are in right now. What is it that's causing us to overthink? I would recommend meditating also, but I'm not going to in this video because, to be completely candid with you, I have been having issues meditating for the past 2 years living in New York. I don't know what it is, but every time I sit and meditate, my mind just goes crazy with thinking, and I can't get to that space where I was when I was in Australia meditating. I feel like my mind was a lot clearer when I was meditating. So I think that if you go into meditating and do it for 5 minutes and you find yourself ruminating and going down a spiral, I think you should just stop and follow your happiness and do what makes you happy. What excites you? Go get a coffee. Let those thoughts in, but also attract positive things in. So we're not whacking away the negatives. We are adding whatever it is that we're thinking with positive things also. Because when that happens, what that does is that completely eradicates the negative thoughts by itself without you forcing it. So invite them in, invite the negative thoughts in, and also think, right now in this moment, what makes me happy? I'm going to the gym right now, that makes me happy. After that, I'm grabbing my laptop, I'm getting a coffee, and I'm sitting and doing work for 2 hours at a cafe. I overthink too. And what happens is when I start doing the things that make me happy, and, watching TikTok, doing all sorts of things, anything that makes me happy right now. What's magical is not that thing, but your feelings and the present moment. Because have you noticed that you remember what makes you happy 6 months ago doesn't make you really that happy anymore? It's because we are evolving and growing and changing. It makes no sense to think about the past because we are completely different people every single moment of the day. Every time we sleep, our cells regenerate. And every 6 years, we're not even the same person because all of our cells have completely refreshed and gone through a new cycle. Don't do things that you think will make you happy. Sit with yourself first and feel, what is going to make me happy right now? Booking a ticket out of the city for a little bit? It doesn't have to make sense. Calling my mom? Spending more time with my best friend? I have done everything under the sun and I keep coming back to the same thing. Flipping thoughts doesn't work for me. Meditating only works for me when I am already in a very clear state. Like for me, what has always worked is saying, I welcome you, stay here, whatever, but I'm not sitting in it. I'm not ruminating on whatever it is. I just accept where I am, I accept my thoughts, and at the same time, I do what makes me happy. And I'm like, come along with me if you want, like, you're more than welcome. And then the negative thoughts are like, oh, that's how we're being. Well, I'm not really getting attention. I don't want to hang out with the positive thoughts and the positive vibes. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go bother someone else. I don't want to be here while I'm not getting attention. I want attention. Like, you are not your thoughts. So it's like, okay, like, I'm not going to resist them. I accept where I am right now. I accept where I am. They pass within like a day or something. It's like as soon as I go to bed, the next morning, it's like I have regenerated and I'm brand new. Hello, sun. Giving me that glow. All right, so I hope that helped you guys. I'm going to go to the gym now, go on a treadmill for 60 minutes, do some errands, do some work. And I love you guys so much. I'm so happy that you love the daily uploads. I am excited to keep doing them. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.